Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time, and I'm here today to talk about or answer the basic question, can I dehydrate that? Well, what is that? Well, whatever it is that you think of. And the answer I'm going to give you is, well, the best way to find out is to give it a try. I'm the kind of person that instead of researching to see if anyone else has ever dehydrated something before, I just do it. So I start by just doing a little bit, such as the time I wanted to try dehydrating avocado just to see if it would work. I assumed it wouldn't dehydrate up well because it's so very fatty, and was surprised to find out it did. And not only did it dehydrate up well, it powdered easily. However, I found that I really hated the flavor of it once it was dehydrated. Now, note that avocado, I only took a little sliver of it and then cut it into smaller slivers. I ate the rest of the avocado fresh and it tasted wonderful, like an avocado should. But once it was dehydrated, it just lost that flavor. Now, this doesn't mean I won't try again, but again, when I do it, I will just try with a small amount, because maybe I'll have different results with a different avocado. But that is how I figure out whether or not something can be done, is I experiment. And so that's the great thing about dehydrating. It's not like canning, where when you're canning, you want to fill your whole canner up. And even if you're canning a bunch of stuff, you'd still have to fill up a jar of whatever it is that you want to try. And you just don't want to waste that food or that space in your canner if it's something you end up really hating. And so dehydrating is easier because, like, with the yogurt and the sour cream, you could just put a dollop on the corner of a tray while you're dehydrating a bunch of other stuff, and as little as you want, and just give it a try. Now, two of the things I tried that I wasn't super successful with were heavy cream and homemade almond milk. In both cases, they dehydrated up quite well and I could flake them, but when I went to powder them, they basically turned to a paste. They tasted good, but they weren't a powder like I was going for with the heavy cream powder I bought from Hoosier Hill Farm. And I also have their cream cheese, or this could be Judy's. Judy's also has some. I was getting those on Amazon. I was stocking up on a bunch. I haven't bought any in quite a while because I have a bunch, and I keep hoping that Azure Standard will come out with more powdered dairies. Like, they have powdered cheddar, and these are organic. I think they have organic buttermilk now, and of course organic whole milk. And when it comes to powdered milk, I only buy it whole milk. But I've tried dehydrating milk myself, and it works out great, and it tastes just like the stuff I can buy. The main reason why I don't dehydrate up a bunch of milk is because of the cost of milk in the first place. To get a good organic whole milk around here is quite expensive. It's not going to save me any money to do it that way. I'm just adding more energy and time into the process, so I would rather buy it from Azure Standard. That is my number one place now when I stock up on such things. Now, some other things I have tried and were successful with was yogurt, dehydrating up some yogurt and making a powder out of it, and cream cheese, which I think that's what this is right here. I didn't mark it, silly me. And I do have videos on those, by the way, that I'll link to down below. And another one I'll link to is the one I did have, my most recent one on dehydrating meats, and the little trick involved in getting the meats to turn out good. And I'll share that trick with you now, but I'll go ahead and put that video down below. It's simply a matter of making sure the meat is already cooked first, then freeze it. After you cook it, then dehydrate it. There's something about taking that extra step of the freezing after the cooking, then taking it out and dehydrating it. And no, it doesn't have to be fully thawed, just thawed enough to spread out on your trays. And when you dehydrate it, it turns out very crispy. Now, I don't do that with ground meats. I don't take that extra step. It's not necessary. But with things like the beef roast here, the turkey, I did that with. And then the salmon, the reason I didn't freeze it with the salmon was this is salmon that I had canned. So if you pressure can it, you don't need to do that separate freezing thing, because the pressure canning does the same thing to it that the freezing does after cooking. So yeah, it was just, some of it was actually I found out by accident, and some of it was just trying it out. Now today I've actually got, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to shoot this today, I actually have 3 more experiments in my dehydrator. So I cooked up some of the Painted Hills beef bacon, which is my favorite bacon. It's all natural. It's free of nitrates and nitrites. It comes from Oregon, which is a state down from me, and good people to deal with. But anyway, sidetrack. I just like to say that because Painted Hills, I'm not an affiliate with them, but I love their bacon. They have the best beef bacon out there. So if you're looking for a pork-free bacon, that's my preferred choice. But anyway, so I've got some bacon on there. I'm trying that. I cooked it up first. I browned it real good. I'm also trying half and half. I've done milk, I've done cream, but I've never done half and half. So I'm curious to see if it will turn out, if I'll be able to powder that up a little bit better, since it's not going to have as much fat content in it as the heavy whipping cream. And then the other thing is, well, the other thing is an experiment. I've done it before. Is sour cream, but I'm trying it again because the first time I wasn't super thrilled with results, but then I didn't think to try blending it with the water to see if I could get a smoother consistency. So I'm going to try that with my stick blender this time. And I will give you updates on those. In fact, knowing me, since this video is going to be out about a month from the time I'm shooting it, you might already see the updates into this and that, which are published only a few days after shooting it. So anyway, I just want to give that quick tip out there because a lot of people ask me stuff. It's like, well, I haven't tried it yet. And if I have, then I share with them the video. But if I haven't, then that's what I say. Just try a small amount and see. You know, if you're already got stuff going in your dehydrator, just start with a little bit. I think some people don't think of that. They think they just want to fill the dehydrator up. Well, I dehydrate all kinds of stuff in the same dehydrator, and I've never had issues with it. I mean, the only thing I try to shoot for is things that can be dehydrated at all the same temperature, or if it's something that needs varying temperatures, then I'll use my Nesco dehydrator with a heat where the element is at the top, and I'll put the more delicate things on the bottom and the things that need a higher heat at the top, so the things on the bottom aren't getting cooked from the higher heat for the things that are on the top. So delicate herbs down here, maybe some meats and whatever up in here. I want to say a few other things that I've been doing, and that is dehydrating eggs. Some people seem to claim that you can only freeze dry eggs. No, you can dehydrate them and they turn out great. I have a video on that. I've also dehydrated my homemade bone broth with great results, and even cheddar cheese. And I have videos on all these things. I'll just link to my full playlist down below, my dehydrating playlist. Then you can scroll through there and find the various videos on all these things that I've mentioned. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Share your thoughts and ideas, things that you've done that might be a little off that maybe you haven't heard of anyone else doing, and share with us your results so we can learn some new ideas from you as well. And thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.